Have you ever thought to yourself, I just need some time for myself, or gotten so overwhelmed and frustrated that you ended up yelling at your family, I just need a minute? If so, my dear friend, you are not alone. In this episode, we're going to discuss how you, as a busy professional woman or mom, can use 4 strategies to get a few minutes to yourself to help you calm down from the chaos and overwhelm and give you some relief from the stress and anxiety that you can feel when you just need a minute. Hey, are you a high achiever who struggles with perfectionism? Do you get stuck in the cycle of overthinking? Do you do everything for everyone else because you think otherwise it won't get done? Do you feel like you should come with a disclaimer? Hi, I'm anxious. Hey, I'm Katy. Full disclosure, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or mental health professional. I'm just a career mama who also struggles with anxiety. For me, anxiety reared its head at the most inconvenient times when I wanted to be present with my family, at those high pressure business meetings, when I was laying in bed awake at night worrying instead of sleeping. I just wanted to relax and be able to have fun, and I know that you do too. What if you found tools to manage your anxiety? What if you knew how to enjoy life even though you are anxious? Look, it's time to put down that third cup of coffee and swap it for some lemon water. We're going to get control over anxiety so it can stop controlling you. Let's go, girl. Hello, my friends, how are you? My guess, if you're listening to this episode, is that you may be feeling a little overwhelmed, perhaps overstimulated. As a professional woman and mom, I am no stranger to the feeling of thinking that I just need a little time to myself. You know the feeling. You are a busy person with a lot on your to do list. Many people count on you. You are a high achiever, so you add pressure to yourself to not let any balls drop and to also do everything perfectly. Soon you find yourself rushing around trying to cram more and more into your day, not paying attention to the signals your body and mind are giving you to slow it down. Soon you catch yourself having an undesirable thing happen, like waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to go back to sleep because your mind is racing, or you're cutting corners on yourself by skipping your workout, not taking time to relax before bed, canceling a lunch date with your friend, snapping at your partner or kids. Can you just feel the anxiety rising in your body as you listen to me describe this to you? And if you're listening to this episode around the time it airs, you may be experiencing the added overwhelm or stimulation that can come with the holiday season. Spaces to decorate, parties to attend, presents to purchase, cards to make and mail. It's a lot, right? Sometimes we can be guilty of allowing the pressure of these stresses build to the point that our anxiety increases until we feel like we might explode or come to a standstill, which can increase that pressure and anxiety. It's like a terrible cycle. At some point, your mind will probably yell at you, I just need a minute. And like I mentioned, you may even yell that out loud to those you love the most. Mommy just needs a minute, right? We all know that feeling, right? But have we developed effective ways to handle it? Today, I want to share with you 4 strategies I use when I catch myself getting to the point where I just need a minute. My hope is that you can tuck these strategies away in your toolbox so you can pull them out and try them the next time you catch yourself needing a minute. Okay, sweet friend, I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. The first strategy you can use is to work to catch yourself before you get to the point where you're thinking or yelling, I need a minute. Remember earlier when I talked you through what it might be like for you to reach the point where you catch yourself thinking or yelling you need a minute? I mentioned signals like having trouble sleeping, not doing your normal self care items, or snapping at your partner or kids. This looks different for different people, so take notice of the things that are going on for you as your anxiety level increases so you can catch yourself right before you reach the point of so desperately needing a minute to yourself that you feel like you might explode. The second strategy is to ask for the help of your partner or a trusted family member or friend. Now, this strategy is best utilized in advance, and I want to acknowledge this may be the most difficult strategy of the 4 I'm going to talk about today for you to implement because, as high achieving anxious women, we may struggle to ask for and receive help. But personally, I have found that this strategy can be such a great way to set myself up to get the time I need when I need it. I'm blessed to have an incredibly supportive partner, and he is very willing to listen when I tell him I need some time and work to plan to help me get the time I need. Now, I want you to think of a person who you have in your life that is supportive, whether it's a partner, family member, friend, or colleague, and ask them for help. Even if all you do is ask, hey, if I get overwhelmed, can I count on you to help me out? I'm betting you will be more than likely to get a yes from them. Then all you need to do is ask for the specific help you need when the time comes. The third strategy to use if you find yourself getting to the point of needing a minute is to ask yourself, what exactly do I need right now? This strategy may sound obvious, but it wasn't to me. About a year ago, I learned to physically still myself, close my eyes, and ask myself, what do you need right now? I think I evolved this practice by adapting how I act as a mother with my overwhelmed child. If they are reaching a point where I can see they may be overwhelmed or overtired, I ask what they need. Sometimes they don't have an answer, but the simple act of me focusing on them and lovingly asking what they need calms them enough so that we avoid that point of meltdown or breakdown and can instead move to a positive solution like getting a snack, a snuggle, or a rest. I want to suggest to you that part of the key of this strategy is to lovingly ask yourself the question, what do I need right now? As if you're talking to a beloved child or other person or a pet. What do you need right now, my love? And wait for the answer to come. Sometimes I find that all I really needed was for myself to acknowledge my need with some love and self compassion, and I would immediately feel a little bit better. The fourth strategy is to keep a list of activities you can do when you need some time to yourself. I learned this strategy fairly early on in my days as a mom. I would find that I would suddenly have access to some unexpected time alone to do what I wanted, and then be so utterly unprepared for the time that I would waste it trying to find something to do or scrolling through social media and ending up feeling unfulfilled. So I started keeping a list of things in my phone that I wanted or liked to do. Then, if I got some time to myself and didn't know what I wanted to do, I could open the list and pick something from it. This strategy is so simple, but a huge time and sanity saver. Okay, let's recap the four strategies you can use when you need a minute. The first strategy you can use is to catch yourself before you get to the point where you're thinking or yelling, I need a minute. The second strategy is to ask for the help of your partner or a trusted family member, friend, or colleague. The third strategy to use if you find yourself getting to the point of needing a minute is to ask yourself, what exactly do I need right now? And the fourth strategy is to keep a list of activities you can do when you need some time to yourself. And friends, if you want help getting out of overwhelm, for a limited time, I'm offering overwhelm coaching sessions where I'll walk you through the process to get unstuck on an issue that you're feeling overwhelmed about. I'm just beginning to open up one-to-one coaching sessions for this business. So if you're overwhelmed and want help getting unstuck, and you want to be one of the people that take advantage of this new coaching offer, email me at support@hiimanxious.com by November 30th, 2022 to claim one of the limited coaching spots for only $47. The details of the limited offer will be available to you in the show notes. And if you need help, dear listener, I'm here for you and I hope to hear from you. Thanks for being here with me today, friends. I look forward to talking with you next week. Hey friend, thanks for being here. Did today's episode help you feel more in control of your anxiety? Did it inspire you to rest or relax? Or maybe it challenged you to really look at why anxiety is a part of your life? If so, I'd love to hear from you. If you would take 30 seconds, pause this episode, scroll down in Apple Podcasts, and leave me a review, I would be so grateful. See you next week. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional and this podcast is not providing therapy or medical treatment. Contents of the podcast are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with your health questions and concerns.